What's up, everyone? This is Walter the Film Hermit. Today I'm going to be doing a special unboxing. I'm going to unbox Rambo, the complete Steelbook collection. And this is a set that I was not planning on buying. I'm going to go into the story on that in a little bit. But first, I'm going to show you guys the slipcovers. I originally bought the slipcovers first because there was no Steelbook announced. And actually, these came out back in 2018. And they were very inexpensive. They were only like $15 a piece. So in the world of 4K Blu-ray, that's pretty cheap for a new release, even for a catalog title. So quickly, this is the original First Blood, of course starring Sylvester Stallone. This movie came out in 1982. And I remember as a kid, my parents took me to go see it. In the 80s, it was very normal for children to see rated R movies. As long as your parents were there, it was fine. So this is a franchise I grew up with. My dad was always a really big fan of the Rambo franchise, especially the first movie. Most of the time, when he would come home from work, if he needed to sleep, he would just always turn on Rambo First Blood, and that always relaxed him. Lots of guns and shooting relaxed him. But yes, so that's the first one. I remember seeing that in 1982, and then the second one came out in 1985. The second one is the one where he goes back to Vietnam. And if you haven't seen these films, I'll give like a brief synopsis of like what they're generally about. John Rambo is a Vietnam vet who is a Green Beret, and the first film is after he's been out of Vietnam for a few years, and the second one he actually goes back to Vietnam. So the second one was a film that I remember at the time critics tore apart, but it did very, very well financially. And Rambo became so big that it became a big hit with children, even though they were rated R films with lots of violence. They had an animated series for a while, and there were video games. It was very, very popular. So this was like Stallone's like second big franchise. He had Rocky and he had Rambo. This is the third film. The third film, he goes to Afghanistan. Never been a fan of the third film so much. I hadn't seen it in years. Usually when I revisit the franchise, I watch the first two. When these 4Ks did come out, I decided to check out the third one again. It's a little better than I remember. This is the one where he rescues his mentor, Colonel Trotman, from Afghanistan. Russians in Afghanistan, anyway. And I believe the fourth one, Rambo, which is called Rambo. This one, I believe, took place in Cambodia. This one, I believe, was 2010-ish it came out. I'd have to double check the exact year. I used to be so good with years, I remember like off the bat. But I've only seen this once or twice, and I remember liking it. Much more violent than I expected, even for a Rambo film, but I remember digging it. The one thing I remember about this movie is the line where like the characters in the movie don't know who he is, and Rambo is he is like a boat captain, like a small boat. And this guy was just like, why are we listening to this guy? He's the boatman. He should be on the boat. I believe that's the line. It's been a while since I've seen it. But these came out just before the fifth movie came out. And I saw the fifth movie in theaters. Actually, I've seen all of them in theaters. I saw the fifth one. That one's called Last Blood. So the slipcovers came out, and then Last Blood came out in theaters. I saw that. I've only seen that movie one time. I didn't dislike it. I did like it. One thing I'll say about the film without ruining anything, because I know a lot of people haven't seen it yet, even though it's been out for a while now. It's a very sad movie. It's something that I didn't quite expect. But I only watched it one time, and probably will revisit it now that I have the set. So I wasn't going to get the Steelbook box set. And then it came out on Best Buy, and then I saw another video where someone did an unboxing. I thought the art was really beautiful, and I just couldn't resist. I'm like, fine. I need the fifth one anyway. So let's rush in to go ahead and open this up and take a look at it. Looks like there's a couple of rips in the plastic already. So let's go ahead and just tear it off. I really like it when they put the Steelbooks in these boxes. Because I remember when Last Blood came out on 4K disc, they did a Steelbook. And I was like, I don't need a Steelbook because I don't have Steelbooks for the other ones. I was going to get a slipcover like the other ones, but I just never did. And then I just got this, and now I don't need a slipcover. So this is a metal box. You see all the Steelbooks laid out right there. This is from Lionsgate. And you have a picture of Stallone from the fifth movie. He lives on a ranch, so that's why he's running a horse right there. And then this is another image of him from one of the earlier films. I believe that's from the fourth one. Yeah. And then this side here, it looks like an image of him from the first movie, and then the second movie here, because he's got the bow and arrow. Yep, second movie. So let's go ahead and take a look at these. So I'm gonna slide out the first one, and they're all numbered at the top, which is really nice. You take a look here, they've got numbers so you know which one is which, because only 2 of these movies actually have numbers in their titles. So, you know, for novices, they may not know which one is which. So this is the cover of the first one. This is a sequence from when John is hiding in the woods when the police are looking for him. So this is pretty cool. And if you open it up like this here, I'm just noticing, I think you can see some of the cops looking for him there. I'm gonna turn around so I can see it myself. Yep, it shows them looking for him. This is a really, really cool sequence in the movie where he gets the upper hand. And there's a digital copy in here. So there's actually a note in here from Sylvester Stallone. I think I heard about this, but I'm gonna go ahead and read it. I'm gonna show it and read it. So here it is. He put a note in here. Let me see if I can read it. I'm the luckiest actor to have gotten to play and write for the most incredible, he's in cursive, character. Sorry, it's hard to read his cursive. Please enjoy this extended cut as much as I did playing the part. Sylvester Stallone. So it looks like there's an extended cut of the last film. So that's on the digital copy. I've got to check and see if the extended cut's on the physical copy too. Sometimes they'll do that. I know there was an extended cut for the fourth one. I don't know if it's on this version or not. So it looks like there's a digital copy for all 5 movies together, which I really didn't need. Actually, darn it. Actually, no, that's fine. So there's one for the 5 movies together, and then one just for the 5th movie by itself. So I guess that's going to be the extended cut. So I'll figure out what I'm going to do with those, since I already redeemed the digital copies and the slipcovers. So we got a copy of the film on 4K and Blu-ray. Looks like they've got the same art on here, but they have different colors for the scheme. So they made the Blu-ray like a blue color. And set this down here. I don't want this to get messed up. And they made, I messed that up. There we go. That is the red scheme for the 4K. So it looks like when you open it up, you've got an image, the famous image of Rambo's knife. So that's pretty cool. I usually like to have an image of like a still from the film, but I mean, at this day and rate, especially for a US steelbook, any art is good. At least there's something in there, but I think it looks nice. All right, so this is gonna be the second one. So the second one, that's really cool. I have seen pictures of this, but seeing it in person, it looks a lot better. So this art scheme is when he's in Vietnam in number 2. I'm gonna open it up here so you can take a better look at it. See, open it up. And that is very, very beautiful. I do like this color scheme they did there too. And when you open it up, they did the same thing where the Blu-ray disc is blue, 4K disc is red. So let's see what they did for the inside. Okay, so what they did was the arrows. So the arrows he uses in this movie, they put inside the second one with the grenade tips. I remember back in the 80s, a lot of comedians would make fun of the fact that Rambo could blow up a helicopter with a bow and arrow, and everyone thought that was so funny, but you know, he neglected to put in his joke. The arrows had grenade tips, which, you know, when you're a kid, that's like the coolest thing in the world. As an adult, it's pretty cool too. All right, so this is the third one. Here we go, so the third one. This one kind of stood out to me because just the image of him almost looks like an image from the second film. It probably isn't, but just when I glance at it, that's the first thing I think. But I think this is a weapon he uses in the third movie, so it probably is from the third movie. But just first instincts, I look at it, I think Rambo 2. This one doesn't have a picture that expands. It's got like another picture of him on the back. So far, this one's not bad. I like this one the least. And they did the same thing on the inside, the red and the blue. I guess I like this film the least, and I like the Steelbook the least. It's weird how that works out. But sometimes movies I hate have great Steelbooks. Like, for example, the newest Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie, not the sequel, but the one that came out a few years back. Terrible movie. One of the best Steelbooks Best Buy ever put out. It's so weird. This one, I believe that's the rocket from the RPG. So it looks like we're going for weapons theme for the inside art. So a theme is good. I like a theme. So we'll go with that. All right, I'm gonna keep these nice. So I usually put the plastic sleeves on these, but when they're in a case like this, I usually don't have to. And it's padded on the inside. Do a really good job of protecting the discs while it's in there, so that's really nice. They did similar boxes with the Lord of the Rings franchise, which I still haven't had a chance to watch yet, but they did two separate ones. They did one for The Hobbit and they did one for Lord of the Rings. And actually on the top of it, it has the Rambo right there with the titles of each of the films. Am I gonna take the bottom off? Let's see, is there anything on the bottom? There's like a speck of blood on the bottom. There's really not much there. So I'm gonna keep the J card that's on the bottom here. I'm just gonna leave that there. No reason to take it off. So this is number 4, Rambo. Now that image is definitely from this film, so that's nice. It looks like the art kind of expands on this one too. So yeah, the art expands on all of them except for the third one, which is a weird choice there, but I really like that as well. So let's see what weapon we have on the inside. I'll show same thing, red, blue for the discs. So let's take a look and see what weapon we got for the fourth one. I think it might be time to revisit these again and check out number 4 and 5. Yeah, so this is a heavy machine gun. This is probably a machine gun that's on maybe one of the boats or something. Again, I don't remember. It's been a while since I've seen the film. Here we go. So I like this one too. And let's take a look at 5 and see what they did here. Let's see what they did. Okay, so 5 has an image from Last Blood. And, oh, this one overarches too. So the image is on both sides. It's so weird how the third one doesn't do that. It's so weird. And they all do. So what's the weapon for Last Blood? The weapon for Last Blood is, I think this is I guess the bow he uses. Is the bow different? The bow looks a little different. It's a different bow. Let me try to get the light on there just right. Yeah. So I want to grab the third one again. Yep, here it is. Yeah. So that's the third one. So I guess you can say it has him and the hair goes here and he's there. But with all the other ones, it was like one image is throughout, but it kind of ruins the effect if it's a picture of his face on both sides. So I don't know. I would say not as crazy, but it's not bad. It's just not as nice as the other ones. So that is the Rambo Steelbook box set. Checked at one point and they were sold out, but it looks like when I checked the other day, they might have gotten some more. So if you're interested, get them on Best Buy while you can, because you know with Steelbooks, once they're gone, they're gone. And like I mentioned earlier, they do have digital copies. So if you have some physical movies in your collection, you don't usually grab them when you want to revisit a film. You can put it in your digital library. I believe at Lionsgate, you can put them on your Vudu account and watch them there instead of going to your shelf. So, hope you enjoyed that. Please like, comment, and subscribe. That really helps the channel so much. Thank you all for watching, and you'll have a great day. Bye.